Hello, this is Matthew with Amnesia here. I'm going to show a little bit of update, or just some other things covered from a different perspective of what I'm working on my fantasy world, more or less. It's the AGABAL project, basically to create a somewhat believable fantasy realm with all the basically the greatest hits of mythology, fantasy, these type of things, but woven together in such a way where it favors the player's experience. It's not here to be super crazy, dark, but to be interesting, to be worth playing. So this is simply, put kind of a simplified version of what I want. Because I can't make everything super crazy. The skills that I have, like RPG Maker MV. This is why it's even on here to begin with. But it's easier to work with. It's easier to create with. Everything's all kind of there. He's gonna paint with it basically, and have your ideas. If they're good, they stand up. If they're not, fall apart kind of thing, right? So basically, this is not meant for what I'm doing with it. It's way too it's kind of small scale in design. For example, I want like 10,000 or 20,000 items. I think it is, for weapons, just weapons alone, not even armor or anything, just weapons. And it was just too big. I want to do 100 levels. Like basically like about 20 levels of zone. Which is the human kingdoms. Let's see here. Like, see, where is it? No, this is the wrong one. There. Here we go. So this is a zoom in here. This is not even a part of the game. This is just like me having my ideas here, right? But like, here's a political map of it. So I wanted all these areas, right? For example, well, not all of them, but there's a map of Medivh, whatever, that shows. Anyway, so it's about anyway these regions here. Like you combine two of them together, you get like about 20 levels out of it, and like each one's 10 levels basically each zone. And the city's a bit different. This is but 100 levels altogether. I wanted to do all of this, right? But there's just not enough. It's just the game engine just couldn't handle it. Maybe I couldn't handle it. So I just went down to the purple one here, the green one here, the red one, which is also the city inside, which is the zone. So basically, just like, and also this lighter kind of sage, kind of green, blue kind of thing. This is the core area here, right? Which is about level 1 to 45. I want it to be like vanilla World of Warcraft. It left a really good impression on me in that playing that game, build the private server version of it, whatever. And it's not as brutal as leveling up. For example, the levels are a bit more inflated, I guess. Like for example, like 1 to 100 is like the end gap, but levels, but it'd be the same pace, I guess. I'm aiming for is vanilla to 1 to 60, but you get more bidding. You leveled up, there's just more levels, more a little bit more wiggle room, right? So anyway, so that's just some, and also I'm just painting some pictures so you get the idea of what the bigger scope. So kind of, well, this is a prototype zone, by the way. This is a mistake I clicked on here, but this is see, sometimes this is a good example of sometimes zones take like multiple things. I want to do just one giant zone, right? I just want to do one giant map, but I was like, it's just I have too much. This is actually as big as the maps can be made in RPG Maker MV, and it wasn't big enough. It just wasn't big enough. And I was like, this is all scaled down. I was like, okay, I gotta chop them up in like pieces, So I gotta still implement this town down here, in the fields and whatnot. But it's a good idea what I was doing. For example, I just copied and pasted this over this one. This is good. So I saved some things, I saved some things of what was it what I'm using, but you know, this is where you start. This is this is Paradise Falls. I want it to be an interesting starting zone. Something that's not boring. But anyway, you get to 1 to 10, or not 1 to 5. About 1 to 5. Yeah, 1 to 5 in here, right? There's like a cave. There's like a cave up here, which is just behind the waterfall. It says moving plants, and not very super amazing. And then there's this other one behind the waterfall, which is basically zoom in here, just like zoom or snake your way in. There's chests, whatnot, that type of stuff. Whoops, it's on the wrong map all the time. What was it? That cave I showed you with the snaking things, the chest is right in there. It's right in there. Behind this waterfall kind of deal. There we go. It's kind of, whatever. It's not finished this area, but it's just like, I don't know, it's kind of working out when I'm not bored. But, where is it? This is, oh, this is, oh, it's not wrong map, but just the wrong sequence. So basically, this is how. Whoops. Actually, this sucks. So this is the rough. See, it's all roughed out. This is the scale, more or less. Like it doesn't look very big, but it's like the player's not very big. It's like that big. It's like, you know, do. It takes a while to walk around. I did a video. It took an hour long. I think it's on Mega. Just me walking on an earlier version of this. But like, you know, there's 4 towns. You know, you can actually see them like, well, whatever that is, a temple, I guess. Like it's human lands. You can see these things. You see the towns placed somewhere. So it's like, you know, there's that starting area. There's that capital place. You get the idea, right? What was it? So what I wanted to get from this, where is it here? Here we go. So it's like, you know, I try to model it after that, so you can play. So let's say this is like a living atlas in a sense. Like I said in the other video, put a link to that. But like this is a living atlas I want. Like, you know, not like a stage or a play. You know, like you have the bad guy, you gotta do this and that, and you know, it's lean. I don't know what. I just want to have world like Baldur's Gate. Just like do your plot or screw it, right? But do what you want, you know, that type of thing. So I got these little towns, and like little miniature versions on it, so I can fit them on the map. The map, so you know, whatever. But so yeah, it's like I'll show you the towns, I suppose, because you can kind of already see these things in the other video. So this is still needs a bit of development work. It's just me, I just didn't really care too much. I was like, oh, I'll just do other things I want to do, so I just kind of blocked it out, you know, just dimensional wise. Had a ratio and scale, whatnot, what the zone looked like. Again, it looks like this what is it here? This thing. It's based off of this. You know, it's based off of this. You know, see, it's like there's the green and the red one. It's kind of like put together. Let's see here. Whoops, sorry, put this. See how it's kind of put together here. Anyway, that's just to simplify it down. But it needs some more contouring work. But what I've actually worked on is, for example, go to Magifar. It's actually the city thing. So it's actually like it's got like a scaling compression, whatever. Actually, do this. There we go. Oh, is it? So it's actually like it needs more character kind of work going on with like the town, with the buildings and what's going on. Some kind of like, you know, kind of like clones going on here. But this is like a tower. I wanted to be more look better than that, but it's, you know, whatever. Had to work with. So basically, it's just a bunch of these rooms, like the whole like how many of them do we got here? It goes up to like 11, which is like the top is like, you know, the idea is that the magic is kind of like there's 2 groups of magicians, and there's like basically overall there's 8 types of magic commonly used. There's arcane, which is like the core one. Anyway, you don't get into that, but it's basically like one side, one camp of the arcane, basically, and then like whoever runs the show, is basically the best of the arcane magic, right? And whoever sits there, then you have the other 2 camps, right? And the little lieutenants, whatever it is, next to mine. That's kind of how the mages run, right? There's also like a basement, which is below, so it's also all these levels are basically the same. I haven't really done much character work on them. Just wanted to, you know, get the infrastructure in there, then kind of do all doodads. But here we go. This is like a basement level, and it's like the idea is that it's kind of like there's like a wedge, kind of like a vaulted ceiling for this place. See this? And this is like there's also like it goes down one more, so it's like, you know. But the whole idea, what's that? Store level. This is like whatever. What is it? Is that there's also underbelly to the city, right? You know, here's like here's what it kind of looks like, and this is where the major part. You actually start here. You can't like walk into here. It's just kind of for show, but whatever. But you're standing there, you can see into it. It's there for show. So it's like you know, there's an under city, you know, under like a sewer, a miniature sewer, right? And you know, see little entrances there, whatever. I haven't actually made any of the town things, like little buildings for the town, but I just want to work on the rough contours of it, right? That's major far, more or less, you know, more or less. There's like little names for like I haven't even worked on names yet actually. Never mind, but yeah, so that's major far. So if we go to here, see this is a green tree. This is another town. See, there's that town. I haven't worked on. Have I worked on that town before? Yeah, I've worked on all the towns I've worked on, except for the ones in the fields of Vorath near the city down there. Oh, we got a helicopter flying. Oh, that's great. Anyway, where is it? See, this is my problem. I got like all these working so much things here. I gotta like figure something out. End of March. Huh? Weird. Oh, these are the maps I was gonna make, but they're like the game engine was too small to make them. Okay, where is it? Major fire province. Open it. There we go. Here we go. Green Tree. I made a whole bunch of, basically, this place is a little town. I'll show you where the Green Tree is, right? Sorry for being, like, jumping around so much. Green Tree is right here. This is Green Tree right here. A little town. That's a Green Tree. And, basically, it's like this. You know, we have little businesses with not, like, this is, like, name, like, the Shining Emerald. This is, like, the Good Rest Inn. These type of things. You know, these type of things. And they all have, like, their own little, like, the interiors aren't done, you know, but I just did this today, so whatever. You can see the names are basically. And this would take a long, this would be like an hour. This would take a long time, probably like an hour or two, just to show you everything, you know, in character, you know, like walking around, like not role playing, but you know, playing the game basically. It'd take a long, just to explore it, you know, no enemies, no nothing, just you know, take a while. So if we go to there's Green Tree, and then there's oh, we have these caves here. Right? There's these cave there, and which is what's Southwest Cave. Oh, this is that cave I was pointing at, I think. Or, no, this is it right here. This is a big cave. So big, your character's like one little speck. So it takes a while to traverse this, right? I think I go on another video. I go into these caves, but this is what they look like. Basically, caves here, and by the description there, you can kind of zoom in. There's Southwest Cave, there's Northwest Cave, there's Northeast Cave or whatever. So it's like there's a cave here, here, and here, and they all kind of you can Southwest Cave, Northwest Cave, uh, Northeast Cave, right? And then after I did that, I did some work on what was it? There's two towns here. Looks like they're not, you know, I haven't really filled in the miniature version, right? But whatever. Where is it? Camp Evergreen Outpost. This is the one with like the brown outside fence wall thing, right? So I haven't done the interiors, but I've done like the names. Like this is like I think one's called this is like the Elven Might Smithy or something. I don't know, but I'm trying to make it like it could actually work as a town. You know, it's not just like there's some contrivances. For example, like there should be like a horse place and some other things, but I want like you know, it could be somewhat believable. It's just really scaled down, this whole thing, but it's just to get the, you know, the silhouettes of the whole MMORPG kind of world I'm trying to design here, but simplified down, right? So I need to make some interiors. It's a lot of work just doing them, like just copy paste, copy paste. It takes hours, you know. So it's kind of boring. So I just do what I like, and basically go down the list of what's the most interesting on the list, right? So it's a lot of work to do. So you have a limited tile set. I should really make my own tile set, but that's a lot of work. So I'm just being cheap and you know, whatever. Here's the other town, basically. Here's the other town. This is Timberfield, and this one was Camp Evergreen Outpost. So I'll show you. Camp Evergreen Outpost here. I almost said outhouse. Outpost. And this is Timberfield here. So where is it? Where do we have? Can you spot Timberfield? That's oh, oops! I hit it from myself. There we go. There's Timberfield. So yeah, basically the idea is that this is like trading with the elves. Like the elves live like north. I'll show you. The elves live like it's all about trading and shit. You know, the elves live up here, and there's also elves over here, and you know they trade. There's also like a big magical center, like with a big city with things. So it's like magic and shit goes through. Anyway, so this is done. Pretty much that zone done, pretty much, you know. And where is it? Just to really abbreviate things and get them, you know, get this thing passing along, right? Where is it here? So if you can use spot, there you go. City of Vorath, Fields of Vorath. Here we go. So this is that zone I showed you again. So we're doing this one again. So there's supposed to be caves and shit around here, but like I haven't quite got to them yet. But I think you can see them actually on the realms of the human people. Here we go. I think. Oh, that's my DeviantArt map. Never mind. That's my DeviantArt map. Okay, so we have the city of Vorath. This is just the rough silhouettes again. Picture this as like here we go. So you go in here and it's here we go, the Gates district, right? This is just the silhouettes, you know, rough. It's like, you know, so basically it's like you know, this is also like really big too. It's like your version like this. It's just like doot 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 when you walk. So it's like again, it takes a long time. So you end up here, or actually here, whatever, right? And you just go into the city. You go to the District of Commerce, This is like just trade district. It takes like a while to go like do. You know, it takes a while to move, right? So it makes it feel bigger, you know. And they basically you go to like my video went to over here, the Noble District. Right? You start over here, the link's up over there, and it's like this is what it looks like, you know. This is what it looks like. You just gotta go do. It's simple. It's these buildings and whatnot, right? Then there's below that there's a park district, right? You see how it links up, right? So it links up there. Anyway, so this is like, you know, parks and trees and things, right? And then below the park there's the district of the art. This is mages. There's actually big another tower here. Also, this whole city would have like a sewer system, kind of inspired by Baldur's Gate, I guess. The whole city would be like maybe multiple layers of sewer, you know, whatever. So it'd be underground too. This is not just all design. Right? There's also it needs work. Right? It needs something. There's also district temples. So this is like going in like a counterclockwise fashion, right? And this is the dock. It's a picture like docks and crap, right? Like actually, if you go to this map here, where is it? The prototype zone, you can see some workage on the docks here. Huh? This is actually a better Fields of Vorath like idea of the map going on here. It's like this is like a prototype version, but remember that other where is it here? This is like I'll get you an idea here. This is like also I think I have a town down here. This is called like the Hairy Foot, I think, inn or pub or something. But yeah, there's halflings down here. Like you think like hobbits, but not quite. You know? And yeah, so it's like this is like a big mine, which I haven't really made in the other one. So this is like a better version of like of the Fields of Vorath. It's not quite like done, but this is a prototype. But kind of like this is feel from the scale what the approach to it. Sometimes your idea isn't wrong. It's just you gotta approach it in a different way, you know. Because life's like that. So where were we at here? District of Temples? Oh yeah, okay. So we can go down south from here, military award, right? I wanted this to be somewhat based off of like, you know, actually if this was these are towers, like gatehouse stuff, you know, actual it makes sense in a medieval setting. It wouldn't be like, oh, this is dumb. Because a lot of things people make fantasy setting. Let's face it, they're kind of dumb. They wouldn't actually work. You know, so I'm always scared to have these fake working bullcrap like bad things, but I also want it to be also be a big tower type of dealy type of thing. If I had more video editing skills, like I would show you like an image of the thing, but having to scan the thing, so I can't do that in the video. So it's you know, it's different. Oh, so this is whoops. If you go back to the military ward and you go up to the district of temples, go up again, you end up in the colony district. This is like supposed to be a coliseum, pretty sad. This is a big tower thing. This is just really rough. You know, this is like, nothing's really been done here. This is also this is the tavern district, and you go back again to the district colony. So basically, it's just this city is like really roughed out. You know, it's also there's the Imperial district, which is the center. You know, big castle. This is me just roughing it all out. It's really simple. You know. And that's basically the city of Vorath. It's actually it would end up the size like Vancouver, like in BC. That's how big the city would be if I scaled it out, like if it was in real life. So this is pretty big, but it's all miniaturized down, so it takes doesn't. Whoops, that's not even okay. So yeah, it's basically what I've been up to, and I've done like let's see here, like I've done database things. For example, I think we'll talk about these database things, right? There's that placeholder thing, but yeah, it's like I go to like weapons here, right? And you're like, okay, I want, let's see here, I want 30,000 weapons, right? Because that's what I want. It doesn't even have extra zero, right? Okay, maybe three. Maybe we can do like 99,000. Right? Maybe okay, we'll do some bargaining, right? And it's like nah, 2,000. It's like oh, nah, forget that. That's why the whole thing had to scale down my game more or less. Cause this just barely fit my items in there for weapons, and like armors are worse than that. It's like oh yeah, it's just what am I doing? So it's like, I think maybe like one class I guess I can basically do. And it's like kind of lame. Wish I could have like 100,000 slots because it's more or less the scale of it, right? But that's just what how the cookie crumbles, I guess, or whatever. Um, yeah, also the combat system's been updated. I haven't worked on that so much, but it's yeah, I guess it's like a sequel to the other video I have, so I should post that and with this, I guess. Anyway. But anyway, that's just what I've been monkeying around with. I have all my notes and crap I should scan, but I don't really want those floating on the internet too much because they're just I want a proper release for them. Anyway, this is with Amnesia, Matthew signing out. Take care, have fun, and see you next time, I suppose.